Hey guys, happy Friday. I wanted to check in on this Memorial Day weekend to see how everyone is doing. It appears as though slowly many of the states are beginning to loosen some of their restrictions. So wherever you live, hopefully you can get out and get some fresh air and enjoy the company of friends and family. Um, Especially on this Memorial Day weekend where we want to give our respect to those who served in our armed forces and have paid that ultimate price um, to keep us all free. And for those of you who are currently in the military or are veterans, my hat goes off to you for all your service to this country over um, the time that you were in the specific branch of the military. That having been said, just a quick recap of what we're doing this week. You guys are working on a journal assignment, and then you're also doing a writing assignment. The journal assignment this week has you exploring the purposes of punishment, prioritizing those based on your beliefs, and then connecting those purposes of punishment with the death penalty. So the textbook is a great resource for this particular assignment because the purposes of punishment are outlined on pages 275, 276, and then capital punishment is described in terms of the pros and cons on page 288 to 292. And I also highlighted this in my short module lecture. Your writing assignment this week has you looking at either the Fourth, Sixth, or Eighth Amendment. You may have to do some homework on the Eighth Amendment. It's discussed later in the textbook, but it's there so you can go ahead and research that and get a sense for what exactly that one entails. It's a very short amendment, the Eighth Amendment is, but very powerful. So you could take a look at that, see what the cases had to say about the Eighth Amendment. Oftentimes, it's been lately tied in with the death penalty and continues to be so, primarily tied into the death penalty. Take a look at the assignment guidelines and make sure that as you prepare this writing assignment that you address each of the specific critical elements. Again, the textbook's going to be a great resource for you because you're going to have to come up with some real world examples, and often you can use some of the cases cited within the textbook that fit the specific criteria. You can use that as your specific example. So you have to come up with a handful of examples. I think it's 3 to 5. So where that's required, think about your textbook. Read through it, find out if the case has some applicability to what is being asked of you, and then if so, you can maybe write a brief summary and then cite the case. All right. So that's what we're doing this week. So you're expanding your information on the Fourth, Sixth, and Eighth Amendment, and this will be important as we get to get a little bit closer to working on our project assignments, which I believe will start in week 5, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on that. But that will become important. So get a good understanding of those 3 specific amendments and how they apply. And that's basically what you're doing this week. You're explaining what they are, what benefits they offer, not only to the citizens, but also to the criminal justice professional. Because remember, rule of law, okay? It gives us some guidelines on how we approach different cases and the legality of things that we would like to do to obtain evidence of a specific crime. And don't forget your quiz. Remember, you are allowed 2 attempts for your quizzes, so feel free to do those 2 attempts. You really have nothing to lose other than increase your score, and many of you have increased your score considerably on your second attempt. So continue to do that. That having been said, guys, if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. And I do appreciate everyone's hard work. So far, you guys have been a tremendous group, getting your stuff in on time. Some really thoughtful discussion posts. Many of you have some experience in the criminal justice system, and I really appreciate how you share those with your classmates because I think that's important. Your posts have really been showing a lot of depth and scope, so kudos to everyone. Continue the great work. If you have any questions or any concerns at all, never hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to address those. All right. Okay, I think that's it, guys. So again, have a pleasant holiday weekend, and if I can ever be of any help, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks, guys. Bye.